Right, so let's deal with the question. Let's carry on with, so this is the information we're going to need for the next example, but let's carry on and see what's going on. So now we need to, sometimes you, of course, you sell these shares and you make some money. We're just trying to find out what the gain is fundamentally and just make sure we apportion and get the cost right. Ultimately, this is really about cost. Right, so, and the key point, like I said, the day-to-day, we know exactly what we can, almost like a spot rate going on, calculation or for cost or event for cost, so we know what's going on for cost. It's this share pool that we have to kind of, again, treat it from like an AVCO type sort of thing. So let's see how that works using the information that we have here. So what we have here, like I said, is that we know 300 from here will be for these shares here. And so the question really is that ultimately, from oops, sorry, where are we? So we know the 300 for here are what they are. The question here is, how do we deal with these ones that have come from here? So let's deal with that first. So I know that 300 of my shares, oops, sorry. Where are we? Here we are. Okay, oops. So I know that 300 of my shares are from much earlier on. And so the cost of those 300 shares were 15,450 because we bought them in advance. So 300 of the 1,200 shares, if you like, we sold 300 of those. We sold 1,220 shares for 68,320. So this is not so much the tricky bit, because this one we've dealt with. We know that 300 of these shares out of this would have cost this, so we can find the gain on that. That's 1350. So the issue really is to do with ultimately what is the cost. I mean, I'll come back to that. I mean, the sale of the balance of the 920 shares is pretty obvious, right? That's 120 times 68,320, and that's 51,520. This is not really the issue. The issue is, how do I deal with the existing shares? And you need to keep a little table, and it's a nice little table, and it's a share pool table. So here we have a little share pool table. I don't hope I have enough space here, but I'm going to kind of do it up here. So if you go back and you can see here, you had on the 15th, I'm just going to do it really quickly, 15th of October, you had number and cost. And that literally is just keeping that table. It's AVCO, 100 shares. You had a cost of 350. Then you had on the 18th of the 9th, 97. You had 900 shares. Then you had 38,340, and then on the January third of the first, you had 350, and then you had 50,400, and then on the 7th of February, 7th of February, you had 270, and then you had 14,120. So I need to literally add all this together. So I have a total of 1,620 shares with a total cost of 68,210. Well, I'm getting rid of 920 of these, and literally it's AVCO. Just take the fraction. This is 920 as a proportion of this multiplied by this, and you have 38,737. And then you now have this. You have 700 left at a new base cost of 29,473. So this is what you have remaining. But this is the cost of the 920. This is where the drama is. What is the cost of the shares that I'm selling? Because we know what we sold them for. So now I just go back up here. I go back up here. I sold them for 51,520. Take away the 38,737. And I now have a figure of 12,783 for the 920 shares. So 1,350 for the 300 and 12,783 for the 920. And that's how we deal with this, right? That order, again, I'll just repeat it. Look for the same day, deal with that. 30 days, Sometimes you might not have the 30 days. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. 30 days ahead and pull. That's kind of the principle of dealing with the same day, 30 days ahead, and then look in the pool. Right? Okay, great. Let's carry on. So, what do we have now? I mean, here these are some just little tweaks to it, but I'll go back to this idea of a bonus issue, or mention it when I say go back. Talk about a bonus issue. Now, bonus issue from an accounting point of view is literally the double entry for bonus issue is literally here we are reserves. So you have some reserves and you don't know, you can't distribute them. But what you want to do is you want to kind of keep everything within the company and make the shareholders. So here's share capital. So what you do is literally debit reserves, credit share capital. You're literally moving a reserve into share capital in effect. So that's what this idea of free shares kind of looks like ultimately. There is no such thing as free. It literally has come in. The only way you can make this idea of free shares is because you have a reserve that you cannot distribute via dividend. Or you might even have reserves that you can distribute via dividend, but you don't want to release them because you have some project coming up. So what you do is you just redistribute it into share capital. So in effect, what's happened here is that you will have an increase in shares, but no money has come in. And that's fine. You just build your table along those lines, just putting 0 for cost and your number of shares. Typically, the share capital goes to everyone. So you're just resplitting or splitting the value of the business into smaller parts, but it's still the same holders. That's all. Right? So it's like saying, would you rather have 1 share at £1 or 4 shares at 25p? There's no difference ultimately. There's no difference. So, right. Okay. So let's see what's happening here. So it says here, Gustav made the following acquisitions. So he bought 2,000 shares here, 500 here, 3,500, and then on the 1st of June they made a 1-for-4 bonus issue. So pretty straight. Again, it's the table, it's AVCO. Just think AVCO. Number, I'm just going to use the dates, 4/11, 22/10, and 7/02. So what's going on here? We have 2,000, here we have 500, and here we have 3,500. I'll just change my pen color. And then they tell us he goes along and he does a bonus issue based on 1-for-4. So what is that? That's 3,000 on the 1st of June, 105. 1st of June, that's 6,000 shares over here, right? 6,000 divided by 4 is 1,500. So you have 1,500 shares issued for nothing. So here we have cost 3,800, 1,000, 6,500, nil. So what do we now have? Let's see what we have. Total 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 10, 15, 3, 6, 7. And we have a total cost. So again, like I said, all you've just done is created this issue of extra shares, 3,800. Remember, these shares are spread over everyone, right? This is just a register. Everyone here basically is a 1-for-4. So it's not like it was 1,000 plus 6,500, and then we have 11,300. This is what our register looks like. Then he goes along and he sells 5,000. It's just AVCO. He sells 5,350. You can see here that nothing is on the same day. There is no future 30 days. Everything will come from the pool, which is typical. This is what we typically get. So you have 5,350 coming out. So the question is, what is the equivalent? So I need to basically do 5,350 divided by 7,500 times 11,300. That's what I need to do to find out what this becomes. And then I have here 50, I have here 4, 1, and then I have here 2, and then that's what's left, right? So I have here 5,350 divided by 7,500 is equal to this times 11,300, which is equal to 8061. And that's that. So that's the cost of what it is I've sold. I sold them for £8 a share. So I sold them for £8 a share. So you sold £8 times 5,350. 8 times 5,350 is 42,800 less the cost of 8,061. So you can see quite a big profit there. 8061 gives you 3. This, I'm just going to do this over here. Gives you 3, 4, 3, 4, 7, 3, 9. And that's how we deal with this. So again, I think with the skill you want to make sure you're comfortable with is just making sure you can put a table together, bang out everything, and then just you're able to apportion. We're just trying to find cost ultimately. I think before I get to 15 minutes, can I do? Yeah, I think I can sort of do the same thing here in this video. Rights issue here, rights issue here. You are getting some money, so you're fundamentally collecting money from people who are already existing shareholders. So in effect, you save up on admin costs. There's no dilution. When I say dilution, there's other people coming into the business. We just need to raise some more money. Debit, bank, credit, share capital, but we will give it to you at a discount. Now, if you don't like it, you can sell your shares and make a profit. But key point is that you're raising some money, but it is less than the normal share price. Okay, great. So what are we saying here? I do exactly the same thing. There is no difference. It is really just an exercise in AFCO. What do? You have here, I'm just going to keep the number. I'm just going to keep the dates again, 1210. And then I have here number 500. 2303. I have here 2000, 2907. I have here 1000, 1702. I have here 3000. So I have here 18 cost. I have here 1800, 7000, 5000, 15,000. So what do I now have? I'll just change my pen color. It then says that you go ahead and then you made a 1 for 5 rights issue. So I'll look up everything here and I see that we have 500 plus 2000 plus 1000 plus 3000. And that's 6,500. I'm sure my addition is right. I believe, yes. It says you made a 1 for 5 rights issue. So 6,000 divided by 5 is equal to 1,300. So you have 1,300 shares coming in at £7 each, times 7. So you're actually getting some money for it, 9,100, and that's fine. So you have this here on the 1st of the 6th. So you did have some money coming in this scenario. So nothing special. Add everything up, and let's just do that. So we now have 6,500 plus 1,300. So you now have 7,800 shares here. And let's look at the total value here. 1,800 plus 7,000 plus 5,000 plus 15,000 plus 9,100. That's 37,900. So, and it says you got rid of 7,000 of these shares. So I'm looking for cost. I keep reiterating this so that you don't get mixed up first. I need cost. What is the cost of these 7,000 shares? And that, of course, must be, right? That, of course, must be 7,000 over 7,800 times 37,900, right? 7 divided by 7.8 times 37,900, which is 34,013, right? So now you have 800 shares left, and you have here 37,900, which is 388,3887. Yes, that's what you have here. And so I can go away. Now I can deal with, I know what I sold my 7,000 for, right? Proceeds of 7,000. Oops, here we are. Proceeds of 7,000. So temperamental, this thing. All right, let's just go this way. Oops, where am I? Oops, sorry. Well, actually, this is interesting because I could come to the answers actually and look at this. Yeah, here we are. Oh, 6,000. How did I add up? Oh, yes. Yes, I'm correct. Yes, I'm correct. Sorry. There we are. Yes, there we are. So, oh no, sorry. This is that was that one. Let's go here. I think I'm in example 5. Here we are. There we are. 7,800, right? And we have 800 left. So you're selling them for 70,000. That's at £10, and it cost you the 34,013, giving you a chargeable gain of 35,987. Cool, great, and that's all the work there. I mean, that's what we've been doing ultimately, isn't it? That's what we've been doing over here. Let's just look at that again. You can see that's the 500. Those are the, yeah, that's the acquisition, all nicely laid out, which you'll do, of course. And that's 6,500. That's my rights issue, 1,300. That's my 7,800. And then I dispose. That's my cost. It's the cost I'm interested in. And then when I've got my cost, naturally just go in there and deal with the gains. Cool, great stuff. We'll stop there, and I'll see you in the next video.